I know what y'all thinking, for real. You wondering why a giraffe is on my head and the giraffe's balls is like on my face. You understand? It's because I was drinking that Lake Norman water, man. You know what I'm saying? Duke Energy got us messed up down here. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They spilling all that coal ash. And no lie, this is my word. You know, I went to sleep normal. You know what I'm saying? Normally, you know, I go to sleep and I wake up and I look in the mirror and I see that big nose. You know what I'm saying? And today I woke up and I had a goddamn giraffe on my head. That's my word. You know what I'm saying? The giraffe balls all over my face, paws, and all of that. But that's what happens when you drink this water. Coal ash everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Duke Energy trying to clean that mess up. It's too late. Look at my face, man. Look at my... So I did a video the other day about Atlanta, right? And how a lot of people have moved there. And now, you know, Atlanta is not what they, you know, what it cracked up to be. And they're looking for the next best place to move to. And I mean, let's be real, you know, right up the street is Charlotte, right? So in that video, you know, I was talking about, you know, Charlotte and how we don't want certain people here, etc. You know, and I mentioned Lake Lanier, you know, and Lake Lanier, for those that don't know, it's pretty much cursed. You know, it's a community that's underwater, a black community that's underwater. And every year around the summertime, someone dies in that lake because there's actually a community that's underwater. I mean, it's a school, a baseball field, there's houses that's buried underwater in Lake Lanier, right? So I came to the conclusion that the reason why things that, you know, happen, freak accidents and stuff like that, and stupid stuff be happening in Atlanta, is because it's in the water. You know how old people say, yo, it must be in the water? Well, it's in the water. And that water you know, the drinking water, tap water, comes from Lake Lanier, Atlanta, right? So in that video, the comment section of that video, I don't know your gender, but this person, I think his name B Newman, made a comment in the comment section of that video about Atlanta, and they said, and I'm not reading this verbatim, you know, but basically that person said, well, being that you on the subject of lakes, you know what I'm saying, why are you not mentioning coal ash being dumped in lakes and rivers in North Carolina? And I was like, oh shit, I totally forgot about that. For real, that's my word. I totally forgot about that. And I'm glad. I thank you for reminding me. I'm thankful for that, for real. So now I'm gonna tell you all the real deal. That there's 3 million tons of coal ash that's in the state of North Carolina. That there are such things called ash ponds, where they dump ash in these ponds of water. That there are 4 power plants in the state of North Carolina and 2 nuclear power plants, one being off of Lake Norman called McGuire Nuclear Station. I'm looking over here because I have notes. And the other one called Catawba Nuclear Station in York County, South Carolina, that sits off of Lake Wylie. Lake Norman is where we Charlotteans get our drinking water from. And there have been traces of coal ash in our drinking water, as well as in our soil. Now, based on the federal government, Lake Norman is 2.5 times greater. Like, it exceeds, you know, the federal standards of the drinking water, but yet and still it has traces of coal ash in it. So this is where I'm at right now. I don't trust my local, state, and overall United U.S. government. You know, I'm not gonna lie. When I first moved here, I lived in the university area, and then after that, I moved to the Still Creek area. And this is a funny story. Bear with me. I moved to the Still Creek area, and it's this area called Rivergate, in the Still Creek area, that is, right? Southwest Charlotte. So, in the intersection of South Tryon and Still Creek Road, there's a Harris Teeter that sits on the corner on the right-hand side, right? Right behind that Harris Teeter, there's an apartment complex called Bexley Apartments. That's where I first moved to when I got here in the Still Creek area, right? I'm not lying. They used to put Catawba Nuclear Station used to mail us calendars. Being that we were in the proximity, or rather area, of the Catawba Nuclear Station, they would mail us calendars, and on those calendars, it would show, like, let's say, for example, December the 15th, we're going to give out a false alarm. Like, this is an alarm that goes, bah, 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 and you can hear it because you're in the area. Like, we're right down the street from Lake Wylie. And, yo, on the calendar, like, they used to give it to us annually, every year, a calendar. And on the calendar, it said, if we ever have a nuclear meltdown, this is what you're supposed to do. I'm not lying. Till this day, when you're driving up South Tryon, you can see it as far as like Carowinds. When you're driving up still South Tryon, or like coming down 77, going into Carowinds, you can see the steam coming up and going into the, air. The steam clouds coming from the Catawba Nuclear Station. This is my word. I'm not trying to scare you. This is just a reality. Now, I still live in the Still Creek area, but I stay further out, you know what I'm saying, away from the area, of the Catawba Nuclear Station. So I don't get no type of calendars or anything like that. You understand? In 2014, they had, now this is not in Metro Charlotte, you know what I'm saying, the Metro Charlotte area. This is located in Eden, North Carolina, which is like 2.5 hours away from here. It's right on the North Carolina and Virginia state line, right off of it, right by the Dan River. So this is owned by Duke Energy. Duke Energy spilled 39,000 tons of coal ash into Dan River. So that whole area, you know what I'm saying, had to go through a whole process of drinking bottled water and all the rest of that stuff. Like, I'm glad that person, B. Newman, I'm glad you brought it to my attention. This is everywhere in the state of North Carolina. You understand? In Belmont, North Carolina, this it's called Allen Steam Station. I think this happened in 2014, if I'm not mistaken. First, Duke Energy said to the locals there, that you all are under a boil advisory, right? And then after that, the coal ash was so bad in their tap water to the point where Duke Energy was purchasing bottled water, Dasani's water, and giving it to them for them to use to bathing, taking a shower, cooking, and drinking. So this is a problem. This is a problem, and let's not forget about hydrofracking. It's like they had approved everything. This was like in 2016, if I'm not mistaken. They had approved everything, and they said that there was going to be a fracking plant here in the state of North Carolina. And then after that, we ain't heard nothing. So it's a best kept secret. We don't know where the fracking plant is at, actually. And for those that are unaware about hydrofracking, do your research. To make the long story short, what they do is they drill holes in the ground, right? And there's like rocks, you know what I'm saying? And they use our natural clean water that's in the ground and chemicals combination to break those rocks apart, to pull the natural gas up that's in the ground. Now, the chemicals that get mixed in with our drinking water, it stays in there. And there have been instances where they had hydrofracking plants, like say for example in Montana, right? And the locals there would turn on their faucet water and take a lighter to their water and light it, and all of the water would go up in flames. Straight up, this is real. So I'm not here to scare you all at all. You understand? But this is what we are dealing with in North Carolina. Now, I do want to say this. I talk about the problems, but I also want to give you a solution, right? Bear with me. Let me put this up on my collar right here, so-called collar. So, of course, me being a natural man, ever since 2012 or something around that, you know, I've been purchasing like filtration systems. You understand? And this one right here I've been using for years. This works best for me. You know, it's a standalone, and it goes through a natural process, you know, rock formations, minerals, and different things like that in order to clean the water. Now, I'm going to show this to you. You know, I just purchased this, right, you know, because of the fact that they come with cartridges, right? So you can buy the machine. I'm about to show it to you. It's right here. You can buy the machine, right? And there's 3 filters, right? 2 of the filters, you know, you change every year. The other one that sits in the middle, you have to change semi-annually, every 6 months. You understand? So it's gotten to the point where these filters have gotten so expensive till it's like, yo, what's the point of actually just buying the filter? I might as well just buy the whole damn thing brand new. And that's what I did, right? So this is it right here. I know it's gonna be backwards. It's gonna be backwards because of the fact that you know how the camera goes. You know what I'm saying? So it's called Scentivia, right there. And these were the filters. These are the filters that I was telling you about. So right here. Well, let me turn it right here and show you real quick. So this is Scentivia Gravity Water System, mineralized alkaline water system, right? And this is how it looks. Got it? All right, so let me turn it around right here and show you the filters. So this first one right here is a ceramic pre-filter. And this goes like right here on the top, right? And this one filters rust, sediment, and microplastics. And then after that, the water, so you fill the water up right here to the top, and then it filters right here, the ceramic pre-filter, and then it hits right here, right here. And that filter is fluoride, a fluoride filter, right? So this one filters fluoride, chlorine, heavy metals, agricultural contaminants, and pharmaceuticals, right? So this one does that. And then after that, the water hits here and it drops down to here. And then you have the last one, but not least, mineral stones. And this one raises pH by 2.0 and continually releases calcium, magnesium, and trace minerals to maintain alkalinity of water. And this is what I use to cleanse and alkaline my water, in which I'm drinking on right now. You know, I know you all see me drink out of bottled water, drink bottled water. And that's because my family and I, we drink water all the time. So we have to wait. This takes, in all actuality, I'll show you first. Let me show you the one that I already have set up. Let's go. So this is the original setup. You know what I'm saying? This is my older one right here. So this is how it's set up. It wouldn't look like this normally. That's because, of course, it's filtering out all of the dirt that's in the water. So this is how the original setup is. You know what I'm saying? Once I take it out of the box. Like I said, this is my older one, and I just got, you know, a new one in. So this is how it looks when you set it up. It's like that. All right, now that you see that, right? So you take a picture, you pour all the water on top, right? And the faucet water, right? Tap water, whatever you want to call it. And it goes through a process of filtering out. That may take hours. You understand? And you know, it goes by let me see. I think it takes about 5 to 6 hours to filter a gallon. So just think about that. You know, I drink a gallon like when I go to the gym. So, you know, you got to pour water back in it for it to filter again another gallon. You understand? So the reason why you all see me with bottled water sometimes is because of the fact that the filtration system hasn't produced enough clean water for me to actually, you know, get my own water. I have to use bottled water, right? Let me show you the next thing too. My shower head, because I use a filtration system for that as well. Let's go. So this is it right here. That's the whole setup. So now that you've seen that, that's how I get down. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? And it's worked for me. And for those that are interested in the alkaline machine as well as the shower head, I'll leave the link in the description box of this video as well as in the comment section of this video. Yo, let me explain something to you for real. I'm all about my people. You understand? So if I got to put the city of Charlotte in check, city of New York in check, New York City, the city of Atlanta, I'll do it. I'm all about my people. So if you know, see that I'm talking about a certain type of particular subject, you know, and I'm missing something out of it, hey, feel free to put it in the comment section, whatever that thing that I'm missing out of it, so I can address it when the next video comes up. Because, I mean, for the most part, who do we have but us? You understand? For real. And that's just a reality, you know. I'm just being real. Like we have a coal ash problem, you know, and it's been swept under the rug, like as if it didn't exist, like this shit didn't happen. But there are so many horror stories, you know. I don't think there were any deaths, but horror stories meaning that there was an inconvenience. You know, there were people that had to get hotel rooms and had to leave, you know, like go to another county, you know what I'm saying, in order to, you know, have decent drinking water, in order to take a shower and shit like that. That now has been swept under the rug and don't nobody talk about it. You know, just recently in Winston-Salem, I forgot what happened in Winston-Salem, but people were kicked out of their homes for a week. You know what I'm saying? And now they're saying that they're going to compensate those people up to $1,000. So if you spend more than $1,000 for that week, you know, in a hotel room, food, you know, gas or whatever have you, you know what I'm saying? That's all you're going to get is $1,000. And you had to have kept your receipts. Now there's a possibility that you can be reimbursed if you don't have receipts up to $300. But I forgot, I think there might have been a nuclear power plant or something blew up, caught on fire, some shit in Winston-Salem, and that whole area had to be evacuated. And people were like forced out of their homes for like a whole week or two or whatever have you. You know what I'm saying? So things happen here. Don't get it twisted. I'm not here to shit on Atlanta or any other city. I'm just telling it like it is. And I'm glad B. Newman, if I'm not mistaken, you know, brought it to my attention. Because, I mean, that person is right. You know what I'm saying? That person is goddamn right. Like, we do have a coal ash problem in this motherfucker. And Duke Energy is behind that shit. Like, they own most of the fucking nuclear power plants that's here. And it's crazy, like, so whenever you hear like say for example, they like Duke Energy is being taken to court, right? And say, for example, the court says that Duke Energy has to pay out $300 million. You may look at it like, man, god damn, boy, they gonna be broke. No, you got to look at how much Duke Energy made that year. And you got to look at, this is crazy, but it's the truth. You got to look at how much will it have cost Duke Energy to rightfully dispose of that coal ash in comparison to just dumping that shit in the damn lake and Lake Norman and Lake Wylie and getting sued for 300 million. Like, if it cost them 900 million to clean it up, right? Rightfully clean it up, the coal ash that is, and it only cost them 300 million, they got sued 300 million for just dumping that shit in the lake. Like, wouldn't it make sense for me just to dump that shit in the lake and just pay 300 million instead of the 600 million plus? You know, the 300, 9 million, 900 million. It makes sense. So it's all about the money, man. It always has and always will be. You know what I'm saying? And it's best that we look out for one another. You understand? So you plan on moving here, I would tell you, you know what I'm saying? I mean, listen, I'm not here to tell you that the tap water is good, and I'm not here to tell you the tap water is bad. But I will tell you this, that every place that you go in the state in the United States of America has a water plant, right? I forgot what the water plant's name here, you know what I'm saying, it's called. I think it's Mecklenburg Water Plant such and such, right? And in that water plant, right, they're recycling the water that we use, right? So I'm not trying to be graphic, I'm just being real. When you take a shit in the toilet, when you take your bloody tampon, I'm just being real, and flush it down the toilet, when you piss, when you throw up, whatever you flushing down that toilet, it's going to the the water plant, right? And their method or way of cleaning the water is using chemicals such as fluoride, chlorine, ammonia, and etc. Now that the water has been cleaned, it still isn't clean because they didn't clean the chemicals out of the water. So there's still traces of fluoride, ammonia, chlorine, and etc. in the water, right? Now, based on the federal government, the FDA or whatever, you know what I'm saying, organization it is, the federal government, they're saying that the traces of these particular chemicals are low. So it's cool. Throw that shit back out to them. So whenever you turn that water on, know that that's nothing but recyclable water. Recycled water. And there's chemicals all in that water. So you definitely, it's imperative that you take it upon yourself to clean your own water. That way you know it's clean. That plain and simple.